You think the world is dangerous now? Lions, sharks, crocodiles? Those are nothing compared to what used to roam our planet. Today, we're diving into the stuff of nightmares, the scariest prehistoric animals that ever existed. Creatures so terrifying, they make modern predators look like house pets. I'm talking bone-crushing bites, meter-long claws, and predators the size of buses. From the depths of ancient oceans to the skies above, these monsters ruled with absolute terror. Are you ready? Let's meet the beasts that would have hunted you. Let's start where we're most comfortable, on land. Except there was nothing comfortable about these walking nightmares. First up, the king of dinosaurs, Tyrannosaurus Rex. Yeah, you've heard of it, but do you really understand how terrifying this thing was? Picture this, 12 meters of pure predator. That's longer than a school bus. But size wasn't even its scariest feature. T-Rex had the strongest bite force of any land animal that's ever lived. We're talking about crushing bone like you'd snap a toothpick. While other predators would tear flesh, T-Rex would literally pulverize your skeleton with a single chomp. Those tiny arms everyone jokes about didn't matter when your skull was being turned into powder. But here's the thing, T-Rex wasn't even the largest carnivore. Meet Spinosaurus. This nightmare was bigger than T-Rex and had a crocodile-like skull, perfect for one thing, ambush hunting. Unlike T-Rex, Spinosaurus didn't just hunt on land, it was semi-aquatic. Imagine being a dinosaur coming to the river for a drink, and suddenly 15 meters of teeth and claws explodes from the water. You couldn't escape it on land, you couldn't escape it in water. Spinosaurus owned both worlds. And if you think it can't get worse, here's Giganotosaurus, one of the largest meat-eaters ever to walk the earth. This beast was actually faster than T-Rex. It hunted in packs and took down sauropods, those giant long-necked dinosaurs the size of multiple elephants. Giganotosaurus didn't hunt deer or antelope, it hunted literal giants. And it won. Now this next one looks almost silly, until you see its weapons. Therizinosaurus had claws that were 1 meter long. That's 3 feet of razor-sharp death attached to each hand. Scientists think it was probably herbivorous, but here's the terrifying part. It didn't matter what it ate. Those claws could disembowel any predator foolish enough to attack it. Imagine a 5-meter-tall, slow-moving tank that could slice you open like a surgeon. Speaking of river crossings, let's talk about Deinosuchus. This wasn't a dinosaur, it was a crocodilian, as long as a bus. Dinosaurs ruled the land, right? Not at the water's edge. Deinosuchus sat in rivers, waiting. And when dinosaurs crossed, crunch. Even the mighty predators became prey. Modern crocodiles are terrifying enough. Now multiply that by 5. And here's one you might not know. Andrewsarchus, the largest carnivorous land mammal ever. This thing came after the dinosaurs and still managed to be absolutely terrifying. With a wolf-like skull but the size of a rhino, Andrewsarchus was likely a brutal hunter and scavenger. We don't know exactly how it hunted, but with jaws that massive and powerful, it didn't need to be picky. It just needed to bite. Think the land was bad? The oceans were even worse. At least on land you could see them coming. Let's start with the king of the seas, Megalodon. You've seen great white sharks. You know they're terrifying. Now imagine one 3 times bigger. 18 to 20 meters of pure hunting machine. Megalodon's bite force was strong enough to crush whale skulls, not pierce them, crush them. Modern great whites hunt seals. Megalodon hunted whales for breakfast. If you fell into Megalodon's ocean, you weren't even a snack. You were an appetizer it wouldn't bother with. But Megalodon had company in the nightmare department. Meet Mosasaurus, a giant marine lizard that was the apex predator of the Cretaceous seas.
This thing could swallow large prey whole. It had teeth pointing backward in its mouth, so once something was in there, it wasn't getting out. Mosasaurus would hunt sharks, sea turtles, even other mosasaurs. Nothing was safe. And then there's Livyatan, a sperm whale with giant teeth. Modern sperm whales eat squid. Livyatan? It hunted other whales. It had the largest teeth of any animal ever discovered, over 30 centimeters long. Imagine being hunted by something that eats animals your size. That was life in Livyatan's ocean. But let's go even further back. 360 million years ago, before dinosaurs even existed, the seas had Dunkleosteus. This armored fish didn't even have teeth. It had self-sharpening bone blades instead. Its bite could go through armor thick enough to stop modern bullets. Scientists estimate it could bite with 6,000 pounds of pressure. And here's the nightmare fuel. It was built like a tank. Thick armor plates covered its head and body. It was basically an underwater guillotine wrapped in medieval armor. Prehistoric sharks avoided this thing.
You've seen land, you've seen sea, but could you escape into the sky? Absolutely not. Meet Quetzalcoatlus, the largest flying animal ever. Its wingspan? 11 meters. That's the size of a small airplane. But here's what makes it truly terrifying. It hunted on land, too. Picture a flying giraffe stalking across the landscape on its wings like a demonic stork, pecking up prey with a beak as long as your body. You couldn't hide from it. It could spot you from the sky, land next to you, and that would be it. There's no running from something that can fly. And its cousin, Hatzegopteryx, was even more heavily built. Scientists think it specifically hunted baby dinosaurs. Imagine being a young dinosaur, thinking you're safe on the ground, and suddenly a 5-meter-tall monster drops from the sky and swallows you whole. That's Hatzegopteryx, the aerial apex predator that made nowhere safe. And just when you thought we'd covered everything, here are two creatures that defy categories and sanity. First, Titanoboa, the largest snake that ever lived. 13 meters long, over a ton in weight. This thing could crush crocodiles. Modern anacondas can take down caimans. Titanoboa made that look like child's play. It lived in the tropical rainforests of South America about 60 million years ago, just after the dinosaurs went extinct. As if the world needed another nightmare. Imagine trekking through the jungle and seeing this slithering towards you. There's no outrunning it. There's no fighting it. You're just done. And finally, the thing that makes my skin crawl just thinking about it. Arthropleura. A millipede, over 2 meters long. That's 6 feet of segmented, crawling, giant bug. Scientists aren't sure if it was venomous, but honestly, it doesn't matter. Just look at it. This thing scuttled through ancient forests, probably feeding on plants, but I don't care what it ate. Nothing that big should have that many legs.